Welcome back again, guys. So today we will continue reading Charlotte Web. We will continue reading the story that I started reading. It is Charlotte's Web by E.B White. Ed Wimper, I think it. I don't know. I don't remember his name. I can't remember his name. So Charlotte's Web. Let's continue. Previously, we stopped at this page when brother her brother came and he said, you call that miserable thing a pig? That's fine. And as you can see, he's holding his gun and his knife, wooden dagger, his air rifle, and a wooden dagger, which is a knife, wooden dagger. Okay. Specimen of a pig is no bigger than a white rat, he said. Okay, so I need to know what is specimen. I don't know if I am pronouncing it correctly. So let's see. Translation. Specimen. Specimen. An individual animal, planet, species, piece of mineral. Specimen. 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 Alright. Specimen. So let's see. He said, specimen of a pig, it's no bigger than a white rat. Wash up and eat your breakfast, Avery, said his mother. The school bus will be along in half an hour. Can I have a pig too, Pop? Asked Avery. No, I only distribute pigs to early raiser, said Mr. Arable. Fern was up at daylight trying to rid of the world of injustice. As a result, she now has a pig. A small one, to be sure, but nevertheless. So I need to know what is the meaning of nevertheless. In spite of that. Oh, in spite of that, despite that. Okay. Nevertheless. But nevertheless, which is in despite of that, but nevertheless a pig. Nevertheless a pig. Statement literally true and nevertheless misleading. Nevertheless, I need to know more about the meaning of nevertheless. So let's search for it in Cambridge Dictionary. Nevertheless.
Nevertheless.
Nevertheless. Nevertheless.
Nevertheless.
Despite what has just been said or referred to. Nevertheless. Yeah, which means despite everything, it's still a pig. Okay, it just shows what can happen if a person gets out of bed promptly. Promptly. Let's see how it's pronounced. Promptly.
Prompt.
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 Prompt. Promptly. Promptly. Prompt. Prompt. Promptly. Promptly. To make something happen. To make something happen. So if a person gets out of bed promptly, let's eat. But nevertheless a pig. It just shows what can happen if a person gets out of bed promptly. Let's eat. I need to make sure with little or not lay immediately. So we have two meaning. To make something happen, which is promptly, and with little or no delay. In this sentence, I think it means with no delay. If a person gets out of bed promptly with no delay, let's eat. But Fern couldn't eat until her pig had had a drink of milk. Oh, Mrs. Arpo found, which is her mother, found the baby's nursing bottle and the rubber nipple. She poured, she poured a warm milk into the bottle. Oh, as you can see, here's Fern feeding her little pig. He's so cute. Okay, so let's see. Fern fitted the nipple over the top and handed it to Fern. Give him his breakfast, her mother said. A minute later, Fern was seated on the floor in the corner of the chicken with her infant between her knees. With her infant. I need to know what is the meaning of infant. Infant. A very young child or baby. Oh, so she's seeing this little pig as her little infant. Alright. Between her knees, teaching it to suck from the bottle. The pig, although tiny, had a good appetite and got it quickly. Appetite, which means when you are hungry, I have a strong appetite. When you're hungry, you want to eat. Appetite, a natural desire to satisfy body need. Okay, so the school bus honked from the road. Honked, which means beep beep, honked from the road. "Run!" commanded Mrs. Arpel, taking the bit from Fern and slipping a doughnut in her hand. She gave her a doughnut in her hand and she said, "Run! Run to the bus." Okay? Avery grabbed his gun and another doughnut, which is Avery is her brother. The child ran out to the road and climbed into the bus. Fern took no notice of the other in the bus. So Fern took no notice of the others in the bus. Okay, she just sat and stared out of the window, thinking, what blissful. What is the meaning of blissful? Blissful. Extremely happy. Blissful is extremely happy. What a blissful word it would, and how lucky she was to have entire charge of a pig. By the time the bus reached the school, Fern had named her pet, selecting the most beautiful name she could think of. Its name is Wilbur, she whispered to herself. She was still thinking about the pig when the teacher said, Fern, what is the capital of Pennsylvania? Wilbur, which is the name of the pet, actually, not the capital of Pennsylvania. Wilbur, replied Fern. Dreamily, the pupil